Welcome to KDE Leadership. My name is Dr. KDEL. I'm the lead coach for KDE Leadership. I'll be sharing with you today a little bit about what we have in stock for you as leaders of organizations. Okay, basically we're asking or we're informing you that you can get the training and coaching your team needs, okay, by subscribing to KDEL's annual coaching program. Before I go into those details, I'm going to be sharing with you a little bit about myself and what KDE Leadership does. My name is Dr. KDEL. I am the lead coach for KDE Leadership. We're a leadership consulting firm that helps teams, organizations optimize their potential through personalized and group coaching activities. We help your managers give you the best value for your money. And we make ourselves available to executive leaderships who require private interactions with their own coach, basically to help them navigate through pressing corporate challenges. And of course, we can be found on our website at kdeleadership.com. Going forward, most organizations basically want to stay ahead in their industry, and they need to enable their employees to meet their goals in a cost and time effective manner. Of course, they do get bogged down by various obstacles. Some of those obstacles could include global staffing challenges, supply chain difficulties. Of course, we know what's going on in the world with all those breaks in supply chain and the logistic problems that puts together in the different ports, different seaports, different airlines. We have these problems where our shelves are empty all over the world. Of course, we also have problems with remote work and how, because of the entrenchment of remote work due to, of course, COVID-19 and the social distancing mandates, a lot of our work has become inefficient, and managers and leaders are wondering how to keep their workers producing efficiently, even though they are working remotely. Okay, we're going to be touching a little bit on that as well. We have coaching for that as well. There's also competition among service and product providers. There's fierce competition because there's very little going on as well. Okay, there's very little money out there, and organizations are just competing amongst themselves as to who gets the larger market share. Bearing that in mind, there's also a lack of well-trained personnel. There's a lot of employee attrition. People who used to work full-time before now work part-time. Some of them went away on furlough and they're not able to come back for whatever reason it is. And so organizations are stretched. They're being forced to do a lot more with less. Okay? And so we have issues with hiring the right people. These are some solutions that we have coming forward. Okay? Strategies on how to hire the right people, how to onboard them, especially with culture, different cultures, different expectations based on your geographical location, the way you're doing things, the industry that you work on, okay? We have other solutions as well relating with staff, how to train your staff, how to coach your staff, because these are different things as well. Training a staff is different from coaching a staff. We're going to be breaking that down as we go forward, okay? So we have human resource executives who are doing the very best that they can, all right? They're doing the best they can with things like dwindling employee skill sets, okay? Decreasing motivation levels, of course, because of social distancing and remote work mandates. Lowered time management abilities. People are, because you're not monitoring them directly, guess what happens? They're not managing their time as well as they would have been if we were all co-located in one place. We've got also strangulated team dynamics. We all understand that as you video conference or you make audio calls, or you communicate solely by email, that kind of undermines the team dynamics that exist, the robust team dynamics that exist that you normally have in face-to-face settings. It's not as much as you would have in a geographically diverse work environment. Of course, as I said, HR executives are also dealing with increasing staff shortages. I did talk about that earlier on. And then, of course, you have growing employee attrition, meaning that employees are leaving as quicker than they're being hired. Okay. All right. Having said that, I want to ask you to allow my team to make certain suggestions to you. Okay. We're going to be providing unique solutions to strategic training and coaching needs. We're going to be talking about leadership training, project management, communications, conflict resolution, team dynamics. There are just so many areas that we can be of help to get you to have a good bang for your buck, to get you to motivate your people to produce 100% optimally, okay, without you having to sit on their necks or without you having to micromanage them. These are unique solutions that we'll bring to the table. And you're going to ask, what is our process? Okay, that's a question, and that's okay to ask that question because that's why we're here. What is the process that you utilize in order to help us get over the hump, help us become better, help us to produce better, help us to have better market share in this new dispensation? Okay, our processes include several things. We'll study where your organization is right now, what your baseline is, where you are right now. Okay, we'll collaborate with your leadership to find out or to determine where you need to be in 6 months' time, in 1 year's time, in 2 years' time, in 5 years' time. Okay, we want to know what your vision is, what your mission is, what your dreams are. That way we can strategize and come up with tactical solutions how to get you there. All right. Having said that, we're now going to be providing those workable, tactical, and strategic training to get you and your people where you need to be. Remember, we talked about tactical and strategic. Tactical is for now, strategic is for the future. We're going to work with you to produce initiatives that will work now, in the now, and of course, those that will work a couple of months down the line, a couple of years down the line. All right, we're going to be providing these initiatives for individual employees, for groups of employees, and for different leadership cadres. That's just the way we work going forward. All right, we're going to use asynchronous types of training delivery, meaning you can train on your own, at your own time, at your own pace. We're going to also use a hybrid style where we are putting together both the asynchronous and the live formats. Okay, you have a live format, and then you have your documents and your videos that allow you to mix up the live format with learning at your own pace. And then, of course, we have the live format. So we have a combination of these three, or we can utilize these three different types individually going forward. It all depends on what works well for your team and for your organization. All right. So let's first of all look at the live training format that we have, which is the one-on-one, the coaching, and the groups where we meet with you and meet with your people on a live format. Okay, it might be once a week, it might be twice a week, it might be once a month. It all depends on whatever it is. So I'm going to go back right now and look at the executive leadership. Okay, this is really for experienced leaders, decision makers. It's a refresher on leadership and management do's and don'ts. Okay, so operational leaders and those who participate with coaching on how to master sustenance and productivity measurement amongst your virtually located team members. Okay, you learn how to effectively manage them, how to empower them, okay, without micromanaging them. Okay, of course, the coach will partner with you to resolve unique work challenges. This is critical because we all know it's very lonely at the top, and as executive leaders we have a problem. The problem is, who do we go to when we have a unique situation and we're looking for advice? We're looking for somebody who can rub minds with, who's been there and who understands that. And you find that you can't go to your subordinates to say, hey, look, I have a problem. That's what executive leaders face. And that's why we have these executive leadership coaching stints. It can be 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, where we sit with you and talk with you every week to see what your current problems are and how we can help you resolve them. This is normally an 8-session, 4-week coaching program, and is normally priced at about $3,000. And then, of course, we're looking at, the next one we're looking at is how to manage change virtually, okay? And basically, you're looking at understanding the types of change, understanding why change even has to happen. Okay, we're going to look at Cotter's change model and then how to facilitate change, how to communicate effectively during the change process, how to maintain organizational change and deal with resistance to change, the roles of leadership in conflict resolution, okay? And then, of course, how teams influence change, and most importantly, how to work with dysfunctional teams. All right. This is a 3-session, again, 3-week coaching program. Remember, these are one-on-ones. These are live formats. Okay. So we kind of put a ceiling on the time that is needed to get this delivered. Again, the price here is $3,000. And then, of course, we have how to manage scarce human resources. This is really critical for most of our mid-level managers because they are tasked with getting to do more with less. Okay. So we're going to be dealing with challenges that happen in a remote environment, okay? How to prepare estimates and budgets, the science of making wise expenditures, how to categorize and prioritize your expenses, okay? The skill sets involved would make or buy decisions, the considerations that they must come up with, okay, while deciding between in-house production versus external purchasing of needed materials, what we call, of course, outsourcing or offshoring. Okay, the art and science of negotiating with contractors, with vendors, with consultants, with subcontractors. These are all the things that we are going to put together in this managing scarce human resources. Again, this is just a 4-session, 4-week coaching program, and it's priced at only $400. The next coaching program we're going to be looking at is how to measure productivity virtually. I know that this is a hit with most organizations because now their people are working virtually. The onus lies on managers to measure the productivity of their people and yet not give them the impression that you're micromanaging them, that you're snooping around behind them, okay? All right, so you want to see how to set up productivity targets, how to track everyone as progress is made through assigned tasks, okay? You want to measure their productivity without micromanagement or demotivation. All right, you want to address that phenomenon of collaboration between remote workers and the supervisors, especially during the goal setting and execution stages. Having said that, this usually is a 1-day, 3-session coaching program. We can stretch it to 3 sessions spread over maybe 3 weeks, okay, depending on the client's schedule. And once again, this price is very, very affordable at $400 per person. All right, now another live training format we have for coaching is project management KSAs. KSAs is an acronym for knowledge, skills, and attitudes, okay? And for mid-level managers and executives, you want to learn certain PM project management knowledge areas, processes, tools, and techniques. You want to get familiar with a work breakdown structure, a Gantt chart, network diagramming, and critical path fundamentals, okay? We're going to introduce you to the Concept Draw Office PM software usage, how to use that, because that goes through brainstorming, mind mapping, okay? And then, of course, get your WBS done, and then move on to presenting them either as Office Concept Draw Project Office documents or Microsoft PowerPoint documents. It all depends on who the end users are going to be. You want to learn how to plan, schedule, and track team and employee performances on a project level. And these are done via one-on-one coaching interactions. We're going to be having 12 sessions spread over 12 weeks, 1 session a week. And this is priced at $1,000 per participant. And then, of course, we're going to be looking at project management software training. This is different. We're going to be focusing mostly on Microsoft Project and Concept Draw Office, okay? We're going to be looking into the details on how to develop work breakdown structures, Gantt charts, network diagrams, and how to use the critical path methodology, okay? We're going to learn brainstorming, mind mapping, the value of Concept Draw Office software, and how to leverage that to develop seamless WBSs, Gantt charts, critical paths, reports, and PowerPoint presentations. This is huge because this is what saves you money. This is what makes you very, very efficient and effective in project delivery. It's a 4-session, 4-week virtual program, 1 session per week, and it's priced at $3,000 per participant. Now we're going to another live coaching program we have is how to sustain productivity virtually. We talked about measuring productivity. Sustenance of productivity is basically for remotely located managers. It provides certain strategies to allow you keep your productivity up, okay? Because most times when people start working from home or when they're working from diverse geographical locations, productivity does dip, okay? You want to raise it up, keep it up without micromanaging your virtual team members. It solidifies the resolve of supervisors and gives them a roadmap to motivate and supervise their people to high performance remotely. Okay, we're going to review practices that leverage current social distancing mandates to stay productive, profitable, satisfy our end users, and improve staff morale. Okay, again, this is a 4-session, 4-week virtual program, and it's moderately priced at $500 per manager, per business owner, per participant. All right. And then we're going to be looking at team management and motivation. This is very, very critical. All right. We're going to be guiding leaders and managers to manage their teams optimally, how to motivate their teams to higher productivity levels, how to communicate effectively and develop expert listening skills, learn how to obtain team member buy-in and task ownership, especially during task formulation. Okay, you want to understand hybrid team structures that leverage the developmental skill and diversity levels of team members. Okay, you want to understand the various needs of team members, their seasons, and how to use them to motivate them. Synthesize your people to balance micromanagement and macro management. Learn how to utilize milestones, phase gates, and continuous process improvement as team management and motivation tools. Again, this is a 4-session, 4-week virtual program, 1 session per week, and it's priced moderately at $3,000. And of course, we've broken down our coaching programs, our live coaching programs, into 5 distinct sectors. We have leadership, we have management, we have conflict resolution, we have communications, and we have strategy. And for each of these, we have levels 1 to 4. Okay, so in levels 1 to 4 leadership, you're looking at understanding leadership concepts, followership skills, trait approach, the journey from followership to team membership, effective performance, and effects of gender and culture on leadership. Okay, and so we just go from 1 to 4 there. We highlight the merits of leader-member exchange theory, behavioral team, adaptive leadership skills, training the trainer, imparting the skills needed to empower interns. Okay, you want to leverage situational and authentic leadership to instruct and inspire mid-level managers to higher productivity and satisfaction levels. We're going to be focusing again on ethical, transactional, servant leadership, and transformational leadership for mature executives. Now, this whole list from levels 1 to 4 is moderately priced at $330 per participant. Okay, now we go to the same thing on management. We have levels 1 to 4 management as well. We're looking at foundational management concepts, the differences between management and leadership, how to support your professional employees as they transition to effective supervisors, and how to empower your less experienced team members, how to coach mid-levels through decision-making, okay, and to inspire team members to greater performance. We're going to introduce project management principles here, and we're going to guide your top managers as they focus on decision-making burdens and expectations, economic, community, utilitarian, and future-thinking decisioning. Again, the price here is $330 per participant. The next one we're looking at is conflict resolution. And you will agree with me that conflict resolution is just something that is needed on a daily basis, okay? We're going to learn to define and describe conflict and the intertwine with personalities. We're going to look at intergroup conflict and basic conflict resolution and management styles. We're going to be looking at cooperation, competition, and the impact of opinion differences, emotion, and culture. We're going to look at the principle of embracing conflict, tact, and privacy as mature conflict resolution styles. We're going to try to understand the impact of power, communication, and trust on strained relationships between individuals, teams, and departments. Finally, we're going to try to understand intergroup conflict by working on the PSDM model of conflict resolution and conflict that emanates from change, motivation, resistance, and commitment. Again, these levels 1 to 4 conflict resolution is priced at $330 per participant. And then, of course, we're looking at levels 1 to 4 strategy, okay? As I said earlier, strategy is that ability to plan, to have action plans for the future, for the immediate future, okay? So we're going to look at defining strategy as well as the stages and benefits of strategic management, okay? We're going to learn how to guide top management executors to understand the vision, select appropriate strategy analysis methods, and implement them in their macro fields to make valuable decisions for long-term benefits. We're going to be targeting policy-making leaders in your organization to review and evaluate strategy and streamline the guidelines for effective strategic management of 21st century virtual operating environments. Again, these levels 1 to 4 strategy training programs come at a small price of $330. Now, having said that, we now have the final part of that, which is communications. Again, that's broken up into levels 1 to 4. We're going to review foundational communications concepts, okay? And for experienced field leaders and mentors, we're going to be looking at tips for effective communications, interpersonal relationships based on diversity, and guidelines for active listening. We're going to place emphasis on team communications, group stages, and communication roles, creativity, technology, virtual collaboration, and all the things that you need to have a handle on in order to communicate effectively. For policymakers, the emphasis will be on values, on ethics, and best communication strategies for internal and external stakeholders. All right, you can see there's a lot of coaching programs involved here. And if you were going on, again, the pricing here for each of these is $330. If you're going on to try to get all these things together, you can see exactly that price is mounting up. Now we're going to look at what we've called our asynchronous self-paced coaching programs. These are programs already done with videos, with PDFs in place that you can run on your own. You just buy into it and run it on your own at your own pace and get it done, okay? They're already in place. We're going to be looking at how to set up PMOs and training. We're going to do their trainings on sexual harassment and a respectful workplace, okay? There are trainings on business, financial, and project management planning for virtual organizations. There's trainings on efficiency in virtual administration and operations. And then, of course, there is a business plan academy for veterans and entrepreneurs, the process, financial plan, and business plan documentation. Finally, the last program that we have already set up and ready to run. You don't have to have me face-to-face sit with you. You run it at your own pace. All the videos are in place. It's an authoring and publishing guide, okay? That is for those who have a book to write or what have you, okay? These standalone courses are already priced and set up with modules, videos, and PDF guidelines for your self-paced instruction. You can review them, access them, and begin your training at kdeleadership.com/courses. All right, kdeleadership.com/courses. All right, so I'm going to go into the next section of this brief presentation, and that is where I break this down a little bit. So I'm going to handle the PMO setup and training, and then go on to other slides, sexual harassment, business, financial, and on until we finish this up, okay? A couple more minutes. PMO setup and training consists of 10 modules, is asynchronous, as you know, it's already put in place, it's ready, you run at your own pace. It's a do-it-yourself coaching program. It guides you on how to set up and manage a central project management office, okay? It describes the duties of portfolio, program, and project managers, introduces choice project management software, as I said, such as Concept Draw Office and MS Project, and of course, PM tools such as brainstorming, mind mapping, work breakdown structures, Gantt charts, network analysis, critical paths, slacks, and resource leveling, okay? Definitely at the end of this do-it-yourself course, you have a more streamlined team. There'll be greater profits due to higher efficiencies, and there'll be reduced wastages in human and tech resources. You can enroll here, as you can see on the screen there, kdleadership.com/courses/PMO setup training. Now, this is priced at $7,500 for individuals or small groups. The next training I want to share with you, which is already in place, is sexual harassment and a respectful workplace. We all know that the modern workplace requires compliance to government rules and regulations. And government rules and regulations require that every organization take their employees through the sexual harassment and respectful workplace training. What we've done is we've put this in place where your people can go through this training themselves and get their certificates done. It shows that you have gotten your people, you've obeyed the law and gotten your people through that. So this is really not something you can, it's not something you can skip. It has to be done for your people, okay? So basically you are looking at executive, supervisor, manager, and employee harassment or preferential treatment on the basis of age, race, color, disability, gender, religion, sexual orientation. These are things you have to do. Basically, there are 8 modules in this self-paced program. The first 4 modules, 1 to 4, are meant to be taken by all employees of the organization, okay? The lower levels, the mid levels, and the upper levels, while the next 4 modules from 5 to 8 are meant for management only. Remember, they're already in place. You just click on it, okay? You can enroll by going to the link that you see on your screen now, kdleadership.com/courses, sexual harassment, respectful workplace. And this is priced at $3,000. Now, this is a group pricing. So you can actually do this and have your entire team have access to this training for $3,000. You see how you have access to that? We're trying to make sure that because this is something that is needed, required by law, that is easily accessible, is easily affordable for organizations. The next thing I want to share with you is business, financial, and project management planning for virtual organizations. This as well is a standalone training. It's already in place with the videos and with the PDFs and everything in place for you to go on. It's an online course. It trains you on how to get a business plan in place, how to get a financial plan in place, and then the project management office setup process, all within a 6-week, twice a week virtual meeting schedule. All right, so you can do this within 6 weeks. If you're faster, because you have access to all this, you can do it in 4 weeks. It all depends on how much time you have to commit to this process. This, I can tell you, is one of the most comprehensive and practical programs for developing cutting-edge 5-year financials, putting together business plan documents for funding, client-focused, and operational processes, and for helping your team set up their PM departments for higher efficiency, monitoring, and profits. As I said, there are 6 modules within this program, 1 module occurring every week with 2 virtual meetings per week, each lasting no more than 45 minutes. Of course, you can shorten that because you have access. Once you get in there, if you finish your first module in 3 days, there's nothing stopping you from jumping into the next module and on and on. Again, you can enroll here at kdeleadership.com/courses/BPAVE2. The price here is $1,998, okay? And that's for 1 participant or 1 group of leaders going forward. Again, it is self-paced. Once you have access, you can do that training and know that you're good to go. And then we have another self-paced training, which is efficiency in virtual administration and operations, okay? This focuses on the training needs of leaders, guiding them to remotely give oversight and execute work processes in a COVID-19 and social distancing era. Okay, because our leaders and mid-level managers need to accomplish more with less, they will master the art of sustaining, inspiring, and measuring the productivity of their remotely operating staff members while guiding team members to be conversant with PM tools that will equip them to keep working smart, fast, and very productively. You can also enroll your group here, kdleadership.com/courses/EVAO. Okay, now this is priced in differently. You can price it is priced at $1,250 per participant, or $50 per participant for groups of 25 enrollees. So you can get this at $1,250 and have access for your group members, for your team members, for your employees at once. Okay, so you can teach a group of 20, 25, or even 30 people once you have access to this. Okay, so that we're trying to make it easy for people to understand how to be efficient in virtual administration and operations of their organization. Finally, we're looking at a business plan academy for veterans and entrepreneurs. And this talks about the process, financial plan, and business plan documentation. What do we mean here? This is a 10-week practical do-it-yourself course. It guides you through the preparation of your company registration paperwork, as well as detailed 5-year financial and business plans. Of course, you can do this in less time because you don't have to wait. Once you finish the work of 1 week, you can get it done in a couple of days. You move to the next one and the next one. So you can quickly get this done in 4 or 5 weeks, and you can set up your comprehensive corporate entity, okay, in 5 weeks. And this is foundational for effective operations, for investor stakeholders, and for confident financiers. You're going to be armed with simple and short instructional videos and PDF guidelines for each module. Again, you can enroll here. As you can see, the URL there, kdleadership.com/courses, BPAVE process, financial plan, business plan documentation. And this is priced at only $597 per participant, but it guides you through setting up your company the right way to obey the laws of the land and to get everything in place. Finally, we have the authoring and publishing guide. This is strictly for those who have a story to tell, who want to write a book. They don't have the money to publish their manuscripts the traditional way, and they want to quicken the self-publishing process, okay? You'll get a no-cost online help with word processing, formatting, and cover designs. You're going to be able to host and have your finished books sold on such global platforms such as Amazon within 10 weeks. You can do it in less. You can have the option of ebooks and hard copies of the same book available at no cost. You can receive 50 to 70% royalties monthly for all the sales that you've made, and this could be paid directly to your bank account. You can have the option to convert your books to audiobooks and into different languages at very reasonable costs. And the beautiful thing here is that you learn how to do it yourself and be able to repeat the process for all your future books. Again, you can enroll here, kdleadership.com/courses/author publish guide. And wait for it, the price is only $99 to get this done. All right, that's a lot to digest. I brought you here to show you exactly what the deal is. You have two options, okay? There's so much I've shared with you. The first option is option 1. You want to schedule a free conversation with KDEL to discuss your options and arrive at whichever combination of trainings and courses that will help you achieve your current needs. So the first option is, with all the information I've given you, you might be confused as to, you know what, should I take the first one? Should I take the courses? Should I take the coaching? What is it I'm going to have to do here? Basically, you can do so. You can have a free conversation with us for 30 minutes you go to our calendar, calendly.com/KDE leadership/30 minutes. Just as you see on the screen there, you can just go there and book your appointment, and I will sit with you for 30 minutes to go through the options available, see what your needs are, and point you to the right package that will help you meet your needs in a cost and time-effective manner. That's option number 1. Option number 2 is our most valuable offering, and I needed to share this with you immediately. We will give you all the trainings we have covered in this presentation, all of them, on a one-on-one coaching format for a full year. We call it KDEL's annual coaching subscription. It's a $16,000 value for a monthly subscription of $1,250, or a quarterly subscription of $3,600, or a yearly subscription of $9,600. And this is what we've called KDEL's annual coaching subscription. It allows you to have access to everything that I have shared on the coaching level, all right? The other classes I shared with you, the one-on-one self-paced is already in place in there. You pay for those differently, you do your classes, but everything on the coaching side, a complete $16,000 value you get for $9,600 if you want to do the yearly subscription, okay? You can select your purchase option at this URL below here, kdleadership.com/KDEL, okay, _annual_coaching_subscription. Let me say that again, kdeleadership.com/KDEL annual-coaching-subscription. This is very, very important that you take a good look at this page, because this gives you access for a full year to all the coaching programs we've talked about, okay? And we can talk about how you're going to get those done, because these are face-to-face offerings going forward, all right? These are face-to-face offerings going forward. Finally, apart from that, all I can say is you can select your purchase option at kdeleadership.com. As you can see here on this screen, /KDEL annual coaching subscription, or schedule your 30-minute free consultation with me at calendly.com KDEleadership /30 minutes. Let's help you optimize your potential. I am Dr. KD Ewulu. I'm the lead coach for KDE Leadership LLC, and I'll be looking forward to working with you going forward to make sure that we help you optimize your organization's potential and take you to the next level. I hope to see you very soon. Thanks for listening to me. See you soon.